ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Welcome to another segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation is the 69th Shabad in the Rag Asa Mahalla Panjama, compositions of the fifth Nanak, Guru Arjan. The recitation. Asa Mahalla Panjama Ukat Sianap Kishu na Jana, din rain tera naam vakhana, main nirgun gun nahi koe, karan karavan har prabh soe. Rahau मूर्ख मुग्ध अज्ञान अविचारी, नाम तेरे की आस मनह तारी. मूर्ख मुग्ध अज्ञान अविचारी, नाम तेरे की आस मन तारी. जप तप संयम कर्म न साधा, नाम प्रभु का मन है आराधा. किछु न जाना मत मेरी थोड़ी, बिनवंत नानक ओट प्रभ तोरी. किछु न जाना मत मेरी थोड़ी, बिनवंत नानक ओट प्रभ तोरी. मैं निर्गुण गुण नाही कोय, करण करावन हार प्रभ सोय. Rahau. I have no distinction or redeeming quality that I can call my own. It is the Prabh self, it is the Prabh, the self, the wisdom, that is the cause and the doer of everything. Here is an acknowledgement that Guru Arjan is speaking on behalf of us, that in ourselves we possess nothing, because there is nothing in the universe but that one creator in different forms and dimensions. And that's the thrust of this passage. So the Guru says at the outset, Ukat Sianap Kishu na Jana. Ukat, logic. Of logic and reasoning, I know nothing. Din rain tera naam vakhana. But day and night, I reflect on the qualities of your essence. Vakhana means to utter, to articulate. So when the Guru says, Din rain, day and night, tera naam vakhana, I articulate, it can be understood to say that I try and express myself through your qualities, through your naam. So while I have no understanding of logic and reasoning, and here he's addressing people who were engaged in scriptural debates that involved logic, that involved grammar. So this is an aside. He says, I really know nothing about logic and reasoning. In other words, I'm not concerned with logic and reasoning. I'm concerned about cultivating virtue, reflection on the essence. And main nirgun, I have no distinction. Gun nahi koi, no qualities. Karan karavan prabh soe. It is actually everything that is happening within this cause, uncaused cause, if you will, and the doer. We shall see a little later what this all implies. Murkh, mugad, agyan, avichari. Again, I'm foolish, murkh. Mugad, dull. I've been dullened by agyan, ignorance. And I'm thoughtless. I really cannot compose my thoughts. Naam tere ki aas manatari. But there is a correspondence here, right? So on the one hand, he's saying that I'm foolish, dull, ignorant, and thoughtless. But in my mind, I have longing for your wisdom. I desire your wisdom. And more of the same. Jap, tap, sanjam, karam, nasada. Nasada, I have not perfected any discipline, nor have I engaged in any kind of austerity or self-denial, or ritual chanting for that matter. All of these rich religious practices that were current and still are, for that matter, the Guru says, I haven't perfected any of these. What have I done? Naam Prabhu ka mane arada. In my mind, I have fixed my mind on the qualities of the self. Kichu na jana mat meri thodi. My understanding is very limited. I really know nothing. Binvat nanak ot prabh thori. What I do know is I pray for the shelter of that wisdom, the Prabh self. So while Guru Arjan speaks in the first person, what he's really alluding to is that reason and logic alone cannot encompass the highest good. Ukat Sianap Kishu na Jana. Nor is any religious ritual, self-control, austerities, in themselves, none of this is adequate to lead us to perfection. Jap tap sanjam karam na sadha. Sadha, perfection. It doesn't lead you there. And then our senses hypnotize us, lead us down the wrong path of ignorance. Muraka, mugad, agyan, avichari. So you see, in Gurmat, the final entelechy, if you will, the final destination is always union with the self. Now, what does union with the self mean? It means that you have fully realized your potential. And if union with the self would also imply, therefore, that there is complete correspondence between you as a human and the cosmos, because that is the self, the creator, that we mirror and reflect each other. We reflect the universe reflects us. And the cosmos here is just not the world of phenomena that I'm talking about, but also the noetic world, the world of imagination, the world of thought. So all of this corresponds with us. Jo Brahmande soi pinde. But it is precisely this knowledge that is hidden from us, or at least we deny it. We don't recognize that it is deposited in us because Murkha Mugd Agyan Avichari. Because we are mesmerized by the senses. We can't seem to see beyond that. So this realization has to come from another kind of knowledge, not just of the intellect. This is not to deny knowledge of the intellect, but you will not come to this realization without knowledge of the heart, which is an intuitive, mystical realization. And what is that realization? That I am not an autonomous entity. I am not an independent center of experience. Main nirgun gun nahi koi. And so this realization that there is nothing else in the cosmos but the wisdom of the self, karan karavana har prabh soy. There's nothing else. This wisdom, this realization comes through the process of Naam, self-realization, which is why the Guru has in each one of these panktis emphasized Naam. Naam tere ki aas man tari, Naam Prabhu ka mane arada, din rain tera naam vakhana. In all of these lines, he's talking about the process of Naam. So the process of Naam is necessary to reorient the mind, the heart, towards the self, away from the conditioned ego self. And there are various means: reflection and contemplation, din rain tera naam vakhana, articulation, loving devotion and longing, naam tere ki aas manatari, developing an affinity, and through cultivation of divine qualities, as we have suggested. Naam Prabhu ka mane arada. So in conclusion, Guruji says that having realized the inadequacy of the intellect, Kishna Jana mat meri thodi, Nanak seeks the wisdom of the self, shelter in the self. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.